Good evening. Hello. Welcome once again, viewers out there in Talkin Fight Land. We have the scoop with Champ Ray. How you doing, Champ?
I'm good. I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're all doing well. Dressed up for a party. Let's go.
Yeah, it looks that way. I wasn't invited. Today's episode, I'll be talking about two of my all-time favorite battles. Battling for the second time, and yet another one of my installments in a series I call All-Time Robberies. Hello. My name is Bola Raymond Olubuwale, and this is The Scoop. The fight in question is an iconic rematch between Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy the Hitman Hearns. In June 12th, 1989, Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. Two legends, Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns, step into the squared circle to settle this dispute. Opening two rounds of this fight saw a feeling out period where Tommy won, but you had Ray swinging, looking for what I could only perceive as a continuation of the last fight, which was a knockout. He was looking to catch Tommy with a big punch. The only problem was he threw huge looping hooks that caught nothing but air. Yeah. Second, Ray still struggled to get Tommy with his left hand. Looked to be looking for an early night out. Tommy's round all the way. Or Tommy won both those rounds for that matter. The third round saw Ray still having difficulty getting around Tommy's big left jab. Big left. He was following up his jab with a sporadic right hand and with a little more success in catching him to the point where he ends up knocking Ray down. Big knockdown. After the count, Ray gets up. Tommy takes it to him. Tries to finish him off. Unsuccessful, but huge punch output. Total win for Ray. Or for Tommy, sorry, for Tommy. Fourth round was a little more successful for Ray, but I still give the round to Tommy because Tommy still controlled everything. I felt that Tommy's punch output was a little more than Ray's. Over and above that, Ray still was somewhat tentative, not really understanding how to penetrate past Tommy's jab. Now, all of that came to a halt in the fifth round. Fifth round was Ray's. Ray caught Tommy with a hook, a big monster hook, and rocked him. Ray is arguably one of the greatest finishers of all time. Like if he was like a shark that smelled blood. If he gets you in trouble, it's usually curtains. He went after Tommy. Tommy fought back in an attempt to fight back as a means to deter Ray's aggression. He ended up getting caught a second time and rocked a second time. For his troubles, or miraculously, he never touched canvas. So even though it was a sensational round for Ray, he never touched canvas, so he never got an extra point for the knockdown. It was just a 10-9 round. Sixth round started off super slow and cautious. Emmanuel Stewart had already told Tommy that in the round before, when Tommy was hurt, Ray had expended all his energy. So go after him. But for whatever reason, Tommy didn't really do that. He still's cautious about, I guess maybe he was even clearing his own head. Around the 2-minute mark, it turned into a jab contest. Ray wasn't really pushing the narrative. Tommy was somewhat pushing the narrative. It was a low output round, but it turned into a jabbing contest. And at the end of the day, with the jabbing contest, with a guy whose reach is 4 inches longer than yours, I have no idea what Ray was thinking, but he lost that round. He lost that round. Round 7, Tommy starts super fast, jumps on Ray with a powerful combination. This seems to expose Ray's fatigue. See? But that's all it did. Around the 2-minute and 30-second mark, Ray actually turns around and actually puts up a pretty good fight on his own right, while Tommy's sitting there pretty much absorbing punishment. Well, admirable all the same. Not enough to steal the round by my standards. Tommy dominated at least a good 1.5 to 2 minutes of that round, of the beginning of that first round, punishing Ray, and then Ray, it just wasn't enough. Ray lost that round, but made for great entertainment all the same. The 8th round was very tentative round with Tommy throwing single punch after single punch after single punch, mostly jabs, and Ray threw even less. Let's call it a feel-out round. I don't know what you want to call it. It was, I guess they were just recuperating from that the round prior when they expended so much energy. Oops. Now you're walking into round 9. It starts off real slow, but it finished amazing for Ray. The fight went back and forth with Ray catching and rocking Tommy at the end of the round. Both fighters were extremely tired now, but it was Ray's round. These were two warriors, and you could tell how much both fighters loved winning. They had their gas tanks were extended, and they were not willing to give it up for any cost. Fatigue just wasn't an issue. It's one of the reasons why this was quite the iconic fight, and memorable fight. Round 10 was a close round, but I feel Ray did enough to get the nod for this round. Round 11 goes down. Ray goes down for the second time. Tommy brings the assault, but Ray has a heart just a little bit smaller than some Caribbean islands. He's not, like I said, he's not laying down on for anybody. They took the beating and still kept ticking. Ray fought to the bell, but obviously it was a 10-8 round for Tommy. Round 12 comes around, and the commentator said it. I said it. I can see dead ancestors saying it. Ray needed a knockout to win this fight. It only makes mathematical sense. And Ray fought as if he believed the exact same thing. It was the greatest output for the whole fight. He took it to him. He beated that man. He knocked him around, smashing him. At the end of the day, you have to give credit where credit's due. Tommy weathered the storm. Tommy learned something between their first encounter and this one, that when he got rocked and when he got in trouble, instead of standing there and trying to cover up, he actually tried to grab and hold and buy some much needed time to clear his head. It's what gave him success this time and what helped him hear the final bell. I saw this fight as being scored 116 for Tommy, 111 for Ray, or 110 for Ray, because of the two knockdowns. In accordance to that scoring scenario, that would give Ray had won 4 rounds, Tommy had won 8, plus 2 knockdowns, which would give him 2 or deduct 2 more points off of Ray, hence the score. All right. Jerry Roth was a ringside official, and he saw the fight. 113, 112 for Tommy. I could live with that. Tommy Kazmarek for that matter, saw the fight 113, 112 for Ray. I will get back to what that means. And the third judge was D. Shirley, who saw the fight 112, 112. This fight was deemed a draw. I have no idea what they were watching. For the fight to have been a draw, not even a draw. Let's go, yeah, because for Tommy to have earned a score of 112 in a 10-round fight where he never touched canvas once would mean that he lost 8 of the 12 rounds. What fight were they watching? Genuinely. The 3 commentators, one being Marvin Hagler, who had fought both of them by this point in time, all saw this fight being a cakewalk for Tommy Hearns. The crowd in attendance didn't boo, but were chanting bullshit. Just to hit home that much more. I have no idea how badly they robbed him, or what they were doing, what they watched to rob Tommy this bad. In the post-fight interview in the ring, Ray claimed that he thought he won the fight. He thought that, yeah, Tommy got 2 10-8 rounds, but Ray felt that the couple times when he rocked Tommy, that he deserved a 10-8 round for those rounds, even though Tommy didn't touch canvas, which is just not how the scoring is done. Later, Tommy was inducted into I believe the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. And the host that was presenting the award to Tommy happened to be Ray Sugar Ray Leonard. At which point in time, from his own lips, he makes a concession that they fought twice. Ray clearly won the first fight, and Tommy clearly won the second one. Actually, I think his words were, he kicked my ass the second time. Talking fight fans, watch this fight. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment below. Did Ray do enough to even get a draw? I don't think so. Let me know what you think. If you like this episode, smash the like button. Please subscribe. It's your boy Bola.
I have a quick, how come they never fought a third fight?
In the ring, post-fight, the commentator asked, Ray, would you like to fight another fight? Ray said, you know what? Let's go home, see our families. We'll think about it later. Tommy was just the most gracious, not so much loser, because, well, he won that fight. He just was elated that he didn't get a loss. And I think, like I said, Ray Leonard is arguably one of the greatest finishers of all time. If he got you in trouble, you were in trouble. The fight was done. He's going to finish you. He would exhaust his gas tank to finish you. And he didn't do it today or that day. I firmly believe that Tommy was just beside himself with glee that he didn't get stopped when he did get in trouble. And he seemed to be very, very thankful and showed a whole lot of class. It was a great fight.
But you saying at that point, Ray decided to leave the ring? He was done?
Ray just said, let's hold it off and let's revisit this in a couple months and whatnot, and it just never materialized. I think the crowd yelling bullshit was more than enough reason to believe that they knew who won that fight. They knew who won that fight. The commentator even said it to Tommy. We thought you won this fight.
The reason I ask is it would have had Ray with one victory, Tommy with one victory, if it had gone his way. And therefore, you would have expected a third fight. Were things different?
No. It very well could have been that way. The very fact that it went Ray had a decisive victory. The first fight, he stopped him in the 14th round, and the second one was just a controversial draw. I don't know. There was also talk of the fact that both the fighters were a lot heavier. I think they fought the first fight at welterweight at 147, but this fight was fought at middleweight at 160. They were older. They were a little bit slower. This is what Hagler was actually commenting about. So things hurt a little more when you get up there. So the desire was not so great.
Well, maybe Mike Tyson can get him into the what's it called, the Legends of League or whatever they're called. LOL.
There you go. There you go.
Well, thanks very much, Ray. I appreciate your comments tonight. I know we had a lot of listeners on listening as well. So thanks for joining us. And you've got another lined up for tomorrow night, do you?
We sure do.
Is it going to be in the same vein?
It's going to be one more in my series of great robberies. I'm going to be talking about Tim Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao 1.
Manny Pacquiao, good fighter. All right, cool. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night then. Thanks very much, Ray. Appreciate it. Thanks very much for tuning in, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe. Cheers.
Cheers.